Hello and welcome to episode 5 of the Slalt Cast. I'm actually not your host this week. This week's episode was hosted by Joseph, and he was joined by his co-hosts Kaden, Coby, and Lachlan. Before the episode starts, I'd like to ask that you take the time to please give us a positive rating wherever you're listening, and to follow our socials at SlaltCast on Twitter and Instagram.
And so I fucked my wife.
Aren't you a virgin?
Alright, we don't have to get into this week, please. It's
Yeah, so,
a
alright.
bit of a touchy subject.
So, alright guys, welcome to the SlaltCast podcast. There
Dan
you go.
does a thing at the beginning.
Yeah, he does, I remember that now.
Yeah, we've already fucked it, so if it's not
Dan, leave
evident,
this in
Daniel
the
is not
podcast,
here
you
today.
fuck.
Yeah,
Alright.
Daniel is not here today. So
Yes. Yeah,
we
so,
can do
yeah.
literally anything.
Yeah, we are unchained. We are Django right now.
You say that, but he'll bleep out anything you say that he
Oh
thinks
yeah,
is wrong.
like we could say Daniel is and he'll bleep it out.
I don't think he's gonna
But then he
bleep that.
hasn't. Then you know he hasn't.
Yeah.
You gotta
And
break
you've just
the
said
fourth
that-
wall and then redo it.
Yeah. Hey Dan, can you bleep that out?
Do you reckon he
I'd
likes
like
airplane
to
food?
try... Shut the fuck up, eh? Airplane food. No one likes airplane food. I'd like to shout out our favourite fan out there, Lauren.
We love you.
Bro,
I've been
You're
looking
an
at a...
episode too late.
No. I wasn't on the last episode, so I get to shout her out. She's amazing. I love her, okay? I do have a girlfriend, but I still do love her.
What's the but?
Lauren, if your boyfriend wasn't colorblind, I think
Yeah, if we didn't
Things.
feel bad for Matt. Beep, 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 beep.
Hey, it's the way the news goes. All right,
Yeah.
that's just how life.
That's the way the cookie crumbles.
What? Okay, so the Dragons got fucking smashed today. How does that?
About to segue into that. Yeah.
Oh, well,
Dugan. How's your weekend of footy been?
Yeah, because it started off with a bang for the boys.
Yeah, because you fucking support a team that has no salary cap.
Oh, that he's gonna play that card. Or
Literally, that's all it is.
oh god. All right, let's go into it. Joey Manu, we got him at like 16.
Let's just jump right into it.
I mean,
Well, I'm
let's not go
I'm
too
debunking this.
specific.
No, because I'm going in. I'm debunking every single salary cap.
I know
okay.
we don't have to do that.
Joseph, if you
we
sit here
don't
for
have to do
hours
that,
talking
Joseph.
about salary caps,
Yeah,
I'm gonna fall asleep.
We are not going to spend a full hour on one topic.
Mate,
Let's just talk about the games in general and how Dugan had a very bad weekend.
it's because his team can't beat the Bulldogs.
It's not that. It's not just that.
I mean,
What else?
all signs point to yes.
What else happened to Dugan?
My girlfriend threw up on the weekend.
Oh,
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
You could segue that into something else.
No,
couldn't you?
hold on. Okay,
yes.
so actual question.
Yeah.
Yes.
What the fuck? What was the deal with the weekend shindigs? Because yous were at Blake's.
That's what we were segueing into, Kaden, yes.
G'day, Editor Dan here. Yeah, you fuckers thought you weren't going to be hearing from me this week, but you can't fucking escape. Anyway, so the boys had a mad argument about over what a segue is, so I've had to cut that out due to the number of expletives. Just wanted to give you that context, but so the next couple bits make sense.
So we all had different weekends.
Why we're here? Fuck me.
Oh my god, we're going to make Kaden lead the group chat.
Okay. So-
come on.
Oh, Blake.
So we all had very, very different weekends. I guess it kind of kicked off on Saturday where it was our friend's girlfriend's birthday. And because restrictions are still in place, she could only have 5 other girls over.
Can't you have 20 people in a house now?
She didn't want to risk
You
it.
don't want to risk it.
Yeah.
Okay,
The
that's
neighbours are a little bit,
Yeah, a bit.
It's
yeah,
understandable.
bit of a bit.
So
A bit of a bit.
we all thought, well, we didn't think. Dugan's girlfriend, Lachlan's girlfriend, asked all of us boys to go and surprise her, like out the front, be there for a couple of hours, whatnot. Anyway, that wasn't really the fun part. It's just we sort of just went there. But
so this
the
is exposition.
Yeah, this is just sort of the precursor as to why we were at Blake's. So we thought we'd go to Blake's and just, chill before we go, and then we come back and then watch the footy. And I show up and the boys are already betting, and it's not good, Joseph.
It's literally, it was a bad weekend. It was all downhill.
Very bad weekend.
It was very bad.
And then
favourites were not winning. Roughies were coming second place.
It was the mid tiers that were winning. I'm going to assume those the ones that you.
Joseph, $107 horse came fourth, and the horse that came first was $25. The horse that came second was $38. So it's not even a mid tier. It was just a lucky dip of all of them.
Mate, it was the tip of the roughies.
It was the tip of the roughies. So it was the biggest lucky dips ever. But we got to do what we used to love in high school, which was the good old handball game. And
God.
We got to play handball again. And I'm not sure about...
I played fucking handball on Friday. No shit.
Did you really?
Yeah.
It's such a great game. Everyone has great fun. Everyone can get enjoyed, and there's no limitation to your ability unless you're Daniel and you'll beat this out. But it's just unconscious. Holy shit!
He's gonna beep this out. We're talking shit about Daniel. You know the drill.
Yeah, beep 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 beep. Daniel about this. Beep 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 beep. But oh my!
Pretty sure you
God.
just told the Nazis where D-Day was happening.
But yeah, no, we played with the girls and had a great time playing a bit of handball, going back and forth and whatnot. Went back to Blake's and had some spaghetti. And I'm going to be a bit controversial. Okay?
It wasn't good.
It was actually good.
It was.
It's not really controversial.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it's controversial.
I
Belinda's
thought
quite
you
a
were
good
going to say
cook.
it was awful.
It's
Belinda's a good
controversial
cook.
if I say it's better than Laura's.
Well,
That's very controversial.
no, I wouldn't say that either. I wouldn't say that's controversial either. Just from my knowledge.
What are you saying, Joseph? Are you saying something?
I'm not saying anything about Northern Italians.
This is when Daniel comes in and goes, as Joseph's lawyer.
No, I'm not saying anything without my lawyer present.
Yeah.
So we'll give a bit of background just quickly on that. So Dugan is married.
Married,
Dugan is
yes.
going out.
Dude's married.
You just
Italian.
accelerated Laura's life plan by 3 years. Congratulations. How do you feel?
Oh, 3 years. So what I was saying...
It's the incriminating episode.
I can't think now.
Joseph,
okay.
how was your weekend?
Yeah, we'll just
You
move
alluded
on
to
to that.
being
Yeah.
down the coast.
Joseph was too busy flexing for the gram, trying to get biddies.
Oh man, that was all time, eh? So my weekend, I had the Friday off, and this is the sort of we had the long weekend of June. This is being recorded, so yeah, I had the Friday off. So I had the Friday and Monday, 4-day weekend. So headed down the coast to our holiday house. On the Friday morning, had a good 4 days down there. And it was fucking freezing.
This is a family one, isn't it?
This is my family. So my nunu is living down at their own because he can't get to Italy. So he's in
Is
pain.
he still determined to get back?
He goes, Jojo, I'm going in August. Yeah, I'm like, no, you're not there's no way you're gonna go. Don't worry. He goes, don't worry. I go. I'm like, fuck, all right, I'm gonna have fun with that.
Is this
He's
the
gonna get
first
on a
winter
boat and
he's
start
ever
rowing.
lived in?
Pardon? What do you say?
Kaden, go ahead.
What?
I said go ahead, Kaden. You said something.
I just said he's going to get on a boat and start rowing.
No, yeah, Kobe, go.
Oh, I said, is this like the first winter he's lived in for a while?
Yeah, I think this is the latest he's stayed in Australia since I was born.
Wow.
I think so. He basically stayed. So when I was born, so I'm born in December, but he stayed till about June or July, the year that Mum was pregnant, and then came back. He only went for 2 or 3 months or something that year. Mm-hmm. He came back. But yeah, this is the first winter that he's fully in good work because he's 81, turning 82 next year. So he's fucking yeah. He went for a walk today and We say he saw fear because he went for a walk and his lungs. He got back. I've never seen an old man puff that much. And fuck me, he goes, you know what, Jojo, I don't think I'll be doing this anymore. I'm like, no, you don't need to walk. You're 81, man.
Old people are really so precious. Like they just light up my world at work. They're the nicest people sometimes. Like,
They are. They're great.
Yeah, sometimes being
Sometimes.
the key word.
Yeah.
sometimes. But
Sometimes,
classic example, like of an amazing person. A friend of ours, Braden. He's Nono comes in. Nonna comes in all the time, and she tells me about how they had dinner the night before, and she always goes into detail about how they're trying to feed her all these poison, she says, and I go, what type of food was it? And she goes, something like Thai food, and I'm like, oh my god.
Yikes.
She's so cute. She's amazing.
I don't know if
Yeah,
I don't know if I've met her.
Yeah, she's very lovely. You would have a ball with her. She's great fun to talk to. Like, she's
Well,
you know,
I'd
like
speak
a nonna, you know,
I'd
how
speak
the-
a bit of
the
Italian
wiry
to her. She'd go nuts. She'd love it.
yeah, you know, wiry, passionate. I love it. It's always good. But,
Yeah. So
And then last,
anyway, so Kobe, you go now. Do you want to talk about your weekend?
I was gonna ask what Kaden did over the weekend.
Oh,
'cause
yeah.
He said he was a
don't
busy
do
boy.
much- I don't know much of anything, really. I just fucking... Friday, I went and jammed at our little warehouse. And then we all went out to a mate's place for
Was it
drinks.
strawberry jam?
We were
Nice.
thinking about, like, peanut butter and jam.
ooh,
But it just wasn't going to work.
smooth
So
or crunchy type,
quick-
man.
Oh, that's a big question.
You know, this will determine if you stay in this podcast.
Yeah, because
Bro,
we have
Get
powers now.
fucked.
Wait, so quickly
No,
on
no,
the...
you got to answer right now.
No, quickly.
Bro, I'm
The
the
audience
foundation.
will listen to this answer, and
No.
it will determine if you stay a member.
It's crunchy, bro.
Okay, well done.
What else would it be?
Yeah,
Smooth
you
as
want crunchy.
Then why were you dragging it out so long?
Because you were questioning
Because
whether
I
or not
think
sit in this
I think he was nervous.
Yeah, I
just
think you had to
quickly,
search it.
Did
I think
anyone
you had-
did anyone know that, like, when Americans say peanut butter and jelly, that it's actually jam,
Yes,
and that they
it's
are
jam,
they are
Yes.
possibly
Yes.
the weirdest people in the world?
Yeah, they call jam jelly and jelly jello.
Jam.
No, they call jelly.
They call jam jelly and jelly jam.
Jam.
Yes, what a
It's like-
backwards country.
I mean, they came before us. To be fair.
Well, no, because we're all from quite long existing cultures. Okay.
So are they? Oh wait, no, yeah, because you're Italian.
Well, no,
Sorry,
you're Croatian as well.
Australia came after America.
To be fair, I'm pretty sure actually
I'm not
America was
big
founded before Italy. By the way,
Yeah.
just want to put that out there.
Put
Really?
it on the documents.
Yeah, Italy was formed into a
It was a late
country
bloomer,
in like
wasn't it?
1870. It was like the same year that Prussia became Germany. Wait, I'm looking it up. 'Cause I'm pretty sure.
Right. While he's looking that up,
Jamie, can we get that up, please, Jamie?
Italian unification. Okay, there's about 8 different ones. Okay, 1870. All right. Oh, sorry, 1861. That Italy.
So what were they before that?
There was a bunch of different ones, different kingdoms, duchies, and stuff on the same sort of peninsula.
Oh, so they weren't
They weren't,
united.
they weren't unified, no. So there was the Kingdom of
Oh, what the
Sardinia, the
hell?
Kingdom of the Two Sicilies, which was southern Italy, the Papal States, a couple states in like central Italy, and then Lombardy and Venetia, but they were under Austrian rule.
Wow.
Fun fact
Wow.
for the kids.
that is
I-
so amazing.
Also, another
Yeah.
quick history, something that happened over the weekend that was pretty significant for basically all our lives. The D-Day landings, June 6th, was the anniversary
June
2 days ago.
6th, that's
It
right.
did happen. Yeah.
That's a big
The
day.
largest Antifa operation,
Antifa.
Oh, Jesus.
according to Reddit.
Well, he's not wrong. That's the
oh,
thing. He's
well-
really not wrong.
Well,
But
mm,
yes, it was
Welcome to the
anti-fascist.
incriminating
But
episode.
but yes,
Alright.
so yeah, it was the anniversary of D-Day. When
and you know what else happened over the weekend?
You got a Tinder match? What?
No, there were protests in Australia.
Oh, that
Yeah.
is correct.
It finally reached here.
Yeah. So what's your opinion, boys, on
the protests
the last
going.
episode, bro.
No. On the protests going ahead in Australia.
I mean, I'm on board. I think they have a right to protest. I don't understand a lot of it because I don't know enough. So it's hard for me to have like a valid, strong opinion. But I think, everyone's kind of in a bit of a movement. Everyone's got a bit of a momentum. I think now. But
during Corona times, because especially I think with us, the fact that our numbers have been incredibly sort of low and looking to stay incredibly low.
Well, I think to a degree, yes, it's good. I mean, no, obviously, it's not good. The fact that
the cause is good.
Hoarding. The cause is good, obviously, yes, but the hoarding isn't. But I think if we stress about it to the degree that America is, we're gonna be a little idiotic about it. Like, I think Australia is a little smarter in a way that we've kind of handled ourselves a bit better for a little while, to the point where...
Well, in terms of Corona or...
Corona.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Corona.
Like in comparison to the US,
we brought down our numbers, we brought down our deaths, and we kind of controlled our measurements. And then we did this, basically, which was going out and protesting. Whereas America's kind of never really stopped. Like, they did, but not a lot.
Well, they went into lockdown and they were complained about not getting haircuts.
But then people protested during lockdown about being in lockdown.
Yeah, because,
That's true.
I mean, it speaks to how powerful, how...
Exactly, the message
speaks,
is. And the
it
message
speaks a
is
lot more.
Powerful. Yeah.
Yeah, it speaks a lot more that people are willing to... Because I'd have no doubt that the Venn diagram of people who protested and people who were willing to be in quarantine is near a circle, right?
Yeah. I reckon if there was no such thing as Corona, it'd be even bigger tenfold.
Yeah, I agree with that. I reckon here as well. Like, if not Corona and stuff, I think some of us boys would have probably even had a little cheeky protest.
Definitely. had a cheeky protest.
Can't say it. It's a cheeky, fucking bender.
Cheeky little protest.
But
on a Saturday afternoon.
Hey, as long as it's...
Me and the boys went and protested over the weekend. It was fucking war.
Dan, cut that out. Dan, cut that out.
Yeah. I find like I've learnt more within the last 2 weeks about Indigenous culture 2020, like from 2020, than ever before.
Well, did you know the numbers and stuff?
That's all it needs to be. That's it. Like, you don't need to... People, like, for example, I have a very opinionated sister, love her to death, but...
She doesn't like 5G either, just quickly. Is that
believes that you should be protesting and you should be out there standing up, which I do agree with to an extent.
Yeah, she's really great. She's really great at that.
But everyone has their own form of protest. It isn't just like standing in front of a political building or something, or hoarding together.
I seriously have to thank your sister, Kaden, because
education is one form of protest.
The stuff that she's put up,
exactly,
and I've read and looked through. I've gone, fuck, I had no idea.
But that's it. Like,
I think
education.
It's just
learning is, do as much as you can do, but I think the baseline that everybody universally can do is be taught, be educated,
be knowledgeable about the subject.
Because I agree. You look at shit like racism in the US and you go, "Oh, it can't be that bad."
No,
it's pretty.
I think that's the scary part. Because I truly didn't think
much
we were
worse
as
than you
bad.
think. And that's from an ignorant point of view of us being in a completely different country.
I would just from racism, just look at like the whole Latrell Mitchell thing with footy and just all that. And
how
even,
they pick the nitpicking,
and and Adam Goods with the AFL. I think they were pretty two things that kind of showed like a little bit. Like really, you don't have to scratch a lot below the surface to see the racism in the country.
No,
and
is that what? Is that more the media portraying it as, okay, there's the article, we can pick on an Indigenous man, it's going to get spikes because of racism, or it's going to get spikes because that's just Adam Goods or Latrell Mitchell.
Well, a bad headline or a negative story is always going to get more publicity than a positive one. Yeah. But more people are going to be outraged by something. If you go to like news and media, way more times you'll see something negative just because you'll sit there and you'll be like, what the fuck? No, that can't be real. And then you'll go and read it and be like, oh, okay, that's...
And while you're reading it, you're on their website, you're looking at ads, and there you go. That's why they keep doing negative headlines.
Keep doing the same one.
Yeah, well,
Dugan has a good point. If that was just a random person on the street and it wasn't Adam Goods or Latrell Mitchell, would it gain the same traction? And that's how you perceive it, right?
Yeah.
Like here.
Yeah, well,
I definitely think like racism is a global issue. It's not like a fucking.
Well, yeah, every country is racist. Like you go to India, they're racist against other Indians and stuff like that. You even go to Italy, they're racist against other Italians. You go to, it's like I don't know if any of us are like I have, but have any of you boys been had a racist incident where someone's been racist towards you, or
I really can't say. No,
we're white, dude.
No,
yeah,
we're white. Unfortunately, it doesn't go that way.
I was once really tanned in primary school.
Oh my god!
And that was about it. I've never been the same since.
You can't.
I thought we was.
That's fine. I was just gonna say it's I think once or twice I've had a sort of racist sort of taunt thrown at me, and not in a way that's sort of like one of the boys talking shit or something like that, and it feels pretty shit like in that sort of way, because you wouldn't expect it. Like I'll just give you perspective from my one. We were at the footy and we're watching the Roosters play the Sharks. It was a prelim or not a prelim, semi-final in 2018 I think it was, and basically it was at the Sydney Football Stadium, and one bay was Roosters and on the left of us was the Sharks bay, like we were right on the sort of edge, and so as basically because we started pumping them, a lot of Sharks fans started leaving, and of course you do obviously you do the you start waving them goodbye, but everything like that, you'd be a bit of smart ass because, of course, the away team's losing at the your home ground. You're gonna give them a bit of shit, and basically this old bloke like holding his daughter, like he's like 2-year-old daughter, just fucking starts going at me, calling me like fucking wog, go fuck off, like all this sort of shit, with my mum like right behind me and my dad. Like you don't really know how to react, so I can imagine being on like. For like an Aboriginal or an African American getting that constantly, that's pretty fucking shit. Imagine having to live with that, nearly every day, like all that sort of unconscious bias and shit like that. So just sort of, yeah.
Are we naive because we don't have a strong Indigenous culture in the area, or are we naive because we don't have the education through school?
We're naive because we put ourselves in denial because we're like, oh, surely it's not that bad. B, we're naive because it isn't as prevalent in our area in an Indigenous standpoint. Like up here, it's 100, like it's a 180 compared to down there with you guys. Yeah. Down there, it's like a Lebanese to like Italian to Greek, like it's a big span of
European, very European
ethnicities. Fuck me.
And up there, they think milk
up
is
here.
Spicy,
Up here, it's a lot of indigenous.
White.
Like it's a very big indigenous population up here.
Yeah, so it's quite, that's sort of up north. Is quite.
It's a wide span of it down there where you got a variety, but you've got. I wouldn't say less indigenous population, but less widespread indigenous population.
Well, because there is, you've got more indigenous people per capita.
That's what you're trying to say. Yeah.
It
just makes me sad, man. It makes me so sad. I always thought Australia is the best country in the world to live in, but if there's need change, it needs to change quick and fast, because there's only I've been to a few countries, and there's only 3 that I'd live in. 1, New Zealand, amazing country, would go there in a heartbeat. live there the rest of my life. 2, yes, I would stay in Australia. And 3 is Canada. I felt so welcome there, and it was amazing. I've been to other places around the world, and it's just not the same. It's just not the same.
I'm surprised you didn't say Japan.
I haven't been to Japan.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You didn't go to Japan.
I didn't make it, mate.
Oh,
I was trying to save money for Europe, but
Look what happened there.
Yeah, but anyway.
I'm still fucking waiting to get refunded on my flights with that.
Yeah,
that's true. But anyway, money's money. Money's money. What do you guys miss from school? Like,
that was
what?
That was a hard cut. That was
it's not a hard cut because really, like,
you went from talking about your racist experience to, hey, do you remember school?
What we learned in school, I felt like right now, probably 75% matters.
Not even.
When we went through geography and history, for example, and we did history, we talked about Indigenous culture, I'd say 25% of the time.
We also went to like a Catholic school, so
yeah.
That
but also,
you need to help the cause.
You need to remember with that, we've matured now, and back in year 7 and 8, when we did Indigenous history, and even in year 9 and 10, it's easy for us to brush it off because, going to a Catholic school and doing Catholic studies and religion,
in a predominantly
right?
white area, I'll add as well.
Like the Catholic studies and stuff that you guys did down there to what we kind of touched on up here is very different.
Was it?
During English and stuff like that, we went through different reads and different stories and stuff like that, but a lot of them were revolved around Indigenous culture and white touching of basically.
What did you just say?
White touching, essentially taking away the fucking culture.
Do you mean whitewashing?
Do you mean
whitewashing?
Whitewashing, white touching, same thing.
I don't know what you learn up at Kingscliff, but it's not what it's called. Okay.
White touchy. Essentially,
did you listen in English?
No, I fucking failed. Remember?
I thought it was your maths and Japanese.
It was a lot. That's the moral of the story. It's a lot.
That is not the moral.
Should we quickly tell that story before getting back on?
That's the story. I fucking failed in high school.
Yeah.
That's what the story is.
I was just going to say, to explain why we're laughing at why his maths and Japanese were the ones.
Nah, let it go unanswered,
Okay.
Let the listeners
it's a
ponder how
for next episode.
Exactly.
But
maybe not next episode, the episode after. You know what? Maybe not even that one. It's the 100th episode. That's when you're going to find out.
The final season 1. Album 1. I don't know what you call a podcast.
I don't think there's seasons of it.
Is there seasons of podcasts?
I don't think there's a story
for some.
arc. Is there a story arc?
Maybe.
Anyway.
Maybe Kobe finds a wife.
It's the fucking grand
finale. My god. A great idea.
That would be.
Daniel, write this down. Don't forget. Yeah. We order Kobe a Russian bride.
Okay, hold on a minute. Am I going to end up on PewDiePie's channel? Like, how the guy had no neck, I've got no chin. And...
No, you just be on Leafy's channel. You're just him.
No, damn. That's a deep cut.
Yes, because Kobe has no chin, for anyone that is listening. All our fans out there.
But if you haven't seen him, follow him on Southbound. That is at
on Instagram.
And Dan, bleep all that so they don't know.
Oh, well, fuck. Anyway, to go back to what we were talking about and to sort of wrap it up.
In a nice little bow.
Yeah, we've matured.
In a nutshell,
now.
Educate yourselves.
Oh, can you let me finish a fucking talking point for once?
You talk so fucking much, cunt.
Jesus Christ, Kaden. Fuck me.
It's sabotage.
You're trying to drag this out.
Try and spell sabotage.
Sabotage?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah,
Sabotage.
Okay.
You could have picked a harder word.
Bumper to
Right,
bumper.
spell disenfranchise. Hey, Kaden, spell weather.
What?
Weather.
Spell weather.
Which one?
Oh, okay.
You got
your Kobe.
We'll use
do you want me to use it in a sentence?
Fuck, it's not a spelling bee.
I don't know whether the weather
fuck
will be
you.
Did you not see that coming, Kaden?
I did.
That's worse than if you did.
That's a cracker of a joke.
Okay, so
thank
Kobe,
you.
please go on. I want to hear this from you.
We've matured a lot since high school, and I guess you can call it a failing on the school system, or you can call it a failing on us kids not really paying attention. But to get this whole story done, or this part of the podcast done, it's sort of a big part of us as Australians learning more and more each day is extremely important. And it's sad that it's taken this long for us to reflect on our own history, right? Anyway,
I'll just say that school is not there for us to learn in depth about every single subject.
Yeah,
like
facet knowledge.
I love history and like geography and stuff like that, but majority of my learning, I'd say probably 90% of it, was from like learning it at home by myself, reading and other things. Whereas like even like in school history, like ancient history, I hated it. Whereas in real life, I actually quite love ancient history, if that makes sense. So it's just that sort of thing with it. But speaking of history, Dragons winning a premiership. Now will be history.
Okay, now we've just swung it back.
We swung it back around because we didn't actually get to talk about footy.
I want to fucking kill you. Okay.
We
Dugan
talked
is
about
a-
footy.
This
we
is
did.
this is
We
such an
did.
infuriating subject. I think we have to skip it. It's just not. It's not going to happen. If he is promised, no, shut the fuck up.
No, go.
If he is shut the fuck up. If he has promised, okay, what's he promising? Is like, we're going to be in top 8. Yeah, I don't give a shit. I want to be in top 4, winning the premiership. I don't want this top 8 shit anymore. I don't want to be the benchmark top 8. I want to be the competition leader to premiership winner or contender at least. Okay, we can't keep doing this same mindset of top 8 is good enough. Top 8 is never good enough. Okay, you have to beat teams that are contenders. We are not beating teams that are. We're contending for the fucking women's win. For people that don't know, I am a passionate Dragons supporter. Dragons play in a game called NRL. If you haven't
The game's called
watched
Rugby
it
League.
before,
The comp is
please
NRL.
watch it. It is God's gift. Joseph supports a team that buys
Wins.
players because they have so much money.
We win.
I'm with a team that spends more money on the club, like the rugby league. When I'm in the club, like the actual
The physical building.
club, physical building, than the actual team.
Can just quickly on that. Didn't you spend like 800,000 on Ben Hunt?
800,000? No, it's a little bit more than that.
Okay, so you're saying we buy players?
Yeah, we buy bad investments.
Speaking of bad investments, Dugan, you have been investing as of late.
Yes.
I think that's an interesting topic. Would you care to enlighten us?
Well, first of all, I have to say that I am still a studying student. Please do not take any investments that I may say on board as good investments. They are just my personal opinion and reflect nothing on the actual market, as my legal advisor, Daniel, would prescribe in the post-edit. Thank you very much. Anyway, yeah, investing is very good. I have to tell everyone, if you have just money sitting around, even if you have it in a super savings account, put it in a stock. Just a stock that you think will do well. Banks are very good for that. They pretty much double their price every 10 years. You might be thinking 10 years is a long time, but 10 years, when you think about it, is not very long. Or like, what can you remember 10 years ago? 10 years ago, we were still in school, but does it seem that long ago that we're in school? Like, it's just around the corner type of stuff. I've been investing in what I think might go up. So I have shares in Webjet. I have shares in ANZ. And
Not bad.
a riskier one oil search. I'm saying it's risky because the government did say, which is very good, that we're going towards renewable energies and that we won't need coal, which is very interesting.
Who said this?
What government are you in the future?
I am pretty certain. I read an article about
Well, I hope they are, because fuck me, it's only taken 20 years.
I know. Well, the Tesla battery in South Australia was a hit, but you don't hear it in the media.
That's because it's renewable energy.
I know, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And the media is owned by Rupert Murdoch, and he hates renewable energy because I don't know enough about Rupert Murdoch to fucking.
So what inspired you to invest, Dugan?
Well, it's more what I do at uni.
Okay, I guess, yeah.
I've just been learning about it so much, and I'm just sick of having money in my savings account that's meant to give me more money the more I save, but I just feel like I get nothing from it. So I didn't put everything into it, but I put a portion of my savings into it, and it's come back really well. So
Dugan,
even
if I'm earning pretty well at the moment.
yes,
What would so I've got a sizable amount saved up. Not back too bad, but like I'm getting all my money back from Europe and things like that as well. What would you suggest if I chuck like a cheeky 500 or a lazy 1,000?
I'd say cheeky 500 would not be enough.
So you're
I'd
saying I
say-
shouldn't be investing more?
Because you got to think it's not for tomorrow, this is for next year. And that's the biggest mindset you got to get past. And even then, next year is too short. I'm not putting this money away from tomorrow or next year. It's next 5 years. So for Webjet, for example, it's when I got it, it was at $3. In 2 years' time, I'm hoping to get to 9. In that same period, the money I put in for my savings, we'll say, I probably would have got a maximum of $100. I've already beat that just with this investment over the last month. That's how important or quick investing can be. But it's all about risk. It's all about how much you're willing to risk, and it's literally adult gambling. When I mean adult gambling, it's like mature gambling. You're gambling on how well a business is going to go. That's literally all it is. And at the moment, I'm saying, for example, Webjet, it's at its lowest because of Corona. No one's flying anywhere. Next 2 years, yeah, it's going to go well.
It's going to boom, yeah.
That's all I'm saying. But
I think with
once
Corona,
again-
it has opened up a lot of opportunity because one,
yes,
obviously people who haven't lost their jobs are able to spend a lot more money because they've saved, over 3 months, not going out, you're saving
yep.
more than a couple grand a month,
Yep.
depending on if you're working.
Even then, like, you could still make money on the stock exchange. So really, what everyone our age, and when I mean our age, I mean from 20 up to about even up to about late 30s to almost 40s. They should be investing all the time. There's no need to have it in savings. Like, yes, have a large sum as like a bank safety, cash at the bank type of thing, but investing's the best way to make your money.
So you don't want static money, if that makes sense. You
100%.
want,
Always keep your money moving. Always.
so rather than
Always.
keeping, say the 2 grand I make every fortnight in the bank,
Yep.
I take 1,500 in that and invest in stocks.
Yep.
Stocks. Keep
Because-
the 500 just in case. But
Just in
with
case,
stocks,
yep.
just because I don't know, can you like take out money whenever you like, or what happens if your stock goes down? Obviously, you're losing money. Yeah.
But you can always just hold on to the stock until it goes up.
Okay, I get ya.
There's
I
no
get ya.
real reason to cash out type of stuff. Like,
It's because
that's where, yeah, like a business, it goes up and down. But in the long run, they're progressing to go up. That's their aim. Unless you really know that business is going to die in the arse and there's nothing left for it, then you do it. But what we learn is like stuff like Webjet or ANZ, especially ANZ. At the moment, it's been going down for a long time, but it's slowly going to creep its value up because it's a bank. Banks are very good at making revenue, very good at paying dividends, very good because they're very secure.
I can see. ANZ on the ASX is $19.77.
Yes,
and it's gone up.
A month ago, it was at 15.
Yep, and it's gone up by 2.92%.
Yep. So if you've put $2,000, we'll say $1,000 in, you've made $20 in a month. That is more, 100%. I can guarantee 100% more than any Super Saver account. So it's just well worth your time. Just little investments like that. It's well worth your time.
So what would you say be like a minimum? So $1,000 per sort of investment.
Per investment is very expensive. I wouldn't. Depends.
Just for someone who doesn't.
As a starting portfolio, I would aim for about 1,000. 1,000.
Oh, that's how much you're investing in different things.
No, not in different things. Just as a start.
Okay.
So, because the thing is, you got to think that there is a broker fee, and that's $23, and that's the part that scares you at the start. Sorry. So once you get past the broker fee, which you can do up to 8 times, they charge you, and after the 8th time, you're all good.
Wait, so is that like per month or?
Per month, 8 times they'll charge you.
So each month you're getting charged $23, 8 times.
Per transfer.
So okay. Okay. So if you do 8 transfers in a month, each time you do that, you're getting taken $23 off that.
Out. Yes.
Okay. And which is going directly to the broker. Okay.
Yes. But if you're investing in different things, that means you're limiting your risk. Meaning, so risk is the biggest.
So you want a diversified portfolio, so you're not losing, Okay, I get you.
So yeah, it's all about risk, and that's where the gamble comes in, because you could put a lot into one stock. You really could, but there's a lot of risk into that one stock, and that's the thing. But that's life. Life is like a lot of risk. People are taking
like a box of chocolates.
Yeah,
and I love that
people are taking a lot of risk in
in.
everything. There's a lot of stuff to risk about. Like there's Kaden with his band. He's risking a lot being in a band. He could be progressing his career doing anything else, but he's in a fucking band. So let's be honest.
That's
all right, boys. We have our segue.
Try.
We have our segue.
That's the segue.
That's the segue. Try.
We've done it. We've done it, kids.
You do realize he's just talked about investing for like the past 10 minutes.
And you know what? That was called learning, people. Learning.
That was.
It's very informative.
That was Dugan's financial segment.
Yeah. It'll probably be back if I made money or not. Probably not.
All right, Dugan. After this, we're going to invest some of my money. Okay.
Anyway,
cut that
to
out.
move on, Joseph brought up music.
Yeah.
Caden,
you're in a band.
How's music going?
Music's going good.
How's sort of being back?
Because we're in quarantine, dude.
Have you made any or written any new songs?
Yeah.
Well, how'd they go? What are they about?
I haven't written lyrics. I'm just kind
How
of
they go? Do an
stuff.
acapella. Do an acapella.
So,
how'd they go?
What's the?
Yeah, right.
Okay. You're a so you have a few
I didn't
songs.
ask how. Like I said, how? Okay, Dan, cut that out.
Bleep that.
Dan, cut that out.
That's
please.
his girlfriend, dude.
No, that's
Bleep
fucked up.
So,
No wonder you're still single, Joseph.
oh, don't bleep that one.
I left it. Everyone.
Okay, bleep that.
Okay.
Bleep that.
Nah,
bleep
keep that in. If anything's getting bleeped.
That is
Misogyny
definitely
2020. Misogyny 2020.
Okay.
Just
hold
okay,
on.
just please
the
move.
rest of the podcast bleep Joseph just every time he speaks. Okay, but you have your songs, Ken, and you're making.
We've just been jamming. Like, we haven't really been trying to plan anything or force anything. We haven't really been able to do any gigs or anything. Okay. So we've just literally been playing without thinking.
Do you think your creativity with your music's been more progressive, or a little bit,
Is it liberal or conservative?
Jesus. That's what I mean. In what avenue?
Are you alt-right, Kaden? That's what we're asking.
I will not say anything without my lawyer present.
Christ. Just keep bleeping those guys until then.
I think it means as in being in quarantine has that stifled your creativity.
I know. Like, it's good. Like, I think being able to just sit down and not have anything else to think about has been good. It's been me and my brain, which can be dangerous. But
what's left of it?
Exactly. So it's nice to kind of just fucking sit around and just like write for the sake of feeling like I've got something there, instead of like thinking, oh fuck, I gotta write a song, or it'd be really cool if I wrote something here, let's try and make something happen, rather than trying to do that side. It's just kind of happening naturally for its own reasons, which is fun. It keeps it entertaining, and it
well, how come you can't be like our favorite fan, Lauren, who's on Lawrence _impatient _works? Okay, she's being creative as fuck. One day ago, she posted a post. Like 3 days ago. Like, look at her. Oh my god, her stuff is amazing.
It is.
Have you seen it?
I agree with that. It is beautiful, and I'm actually looking to get something done.
We would like to purchase one, Lauren. Please give it to. I'll give you 400, straight up. We had a whole talk about investments. Please, I'll give you 400 for a painting.
I'll invest in you, Lauren.
We'll invest in Lauren. Okay, hashtag start the trend. Invest in Lauren.
Yep.
Okay, that is our podcast thing. Invest in Lauren. But yes. Coby, you've been doing your music stuff as well.
Yes. And
you've been struggling.
I have been struggling, Dugan. Thank you for asking. So, we all know what he's talking about. I've been having problems with my digital audio workstation, which is where you edit and record the music. It's a bit of a, if you know topic, but let's just say it has not been going smoothly because I'm 40 years old and technology escaped me at some point, right? But music has been good for the most part. It's been the same. We touched on it last week as well, but yeah, it's very, in terms of creativity, very stifling when you don't have new experiences to draw from. You tend to keep writing about the same topic, Joseph, and
what did I do?
I don't know what you did.
Is Joseph cutting grass again?
He's always cutting.
I don't know. I mow lawns quite a bit.
Oh,
speaking of mowing lawns, on this day in 793.
Dan, just bleep that whole history part. It's racist. It was racist.
Somehow.
It was somehow racist.
All right, guys. So when I was down the coast this week,
no, we're not getting back.
I was just going to say the amount of people that were traveling was actually quite nice to see. Considering Corona times, that all these local businesses who again were ravaged by the bushfires in Australia, not too long ago, had actually gotten a bit of business. So I thought that was something real positive over the weekend. Though social distancing in literally everywhere doesn't matter anymore, and no one gives a shit. So let's hope not for a second wave. Let's hope not. I don't know English.
You said it right the first time.
Okay, yep, there we go.
Yep.
So
yeah, there we go.
I just throw my 2 cents out there, and anyone else seen any? Kaden, you fucking idiot!
What? You just started talking about going down the coast. Every time I've tried to fucking go on a talking point, you're all telling me I'm talking too long. I have 3 talking points that I can bring up.
Which one?
Go. Right, ask a question.
Dugan, you're a fucking fan of fighting, obviously. Did you hear about Conor McGregor quitting?
Yeah, I thought it was retarded. Why does that man...
Would you want to know why that man quit?
Yeah, why?
Well, as a talking point, let's talk about it.
All right, let's go. Let's. This can be our
The
final
idea of
topic.
it is because coronavirus is a thing, people don't want to fight, so they're retiring so they don't get drafted.
So when it's
to where? What?
drafted to fight. So when it's all over, he's going to come out of retirement. Is that his plan?
Essentially. Well, because he just came out of retirement.
Holy shit.
Remember he retired to have the child?
That's right.
And then he was having his big comeback. That's the whole point. That's what Dana White says. Dana White made a post, either a tweet or an article or something, talking about, like, it's a hard time and he understands if fighters don't want to fight. He said when everything goes back to normal, they're all welcome back.
Did he welcome with open arms?
Yes.
Well, considering how much money Conor McGregor makes, I think that's just...
But that's it. It's like people aren't retiring for the sake of, no, I've finished my career. People are more like, yeah, I don't really want to fight. Just because I feel unsafe with the whole idea of coronavirus.
Well,
So,
especially
you don't
in
know.
the US and stuff.
The thing is he's retired 3 times in the past 5 years, so it's hard to trust.
Three
he says,
times?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
he really
No,
has.
has he actually? Because I don't know too much.
Yes.
I don't know much about fighting.
Yeah,
So he's actually
retired 3 times.
I
After
don't-
his first loss, I'm pretty sure he said he'd retire, and then he came back, and then I think it was the second time was when he had his
Floyd.
child. No, it was when he had his child. He retired after he had his child. And then
Yeah,
this
he
is
lost
the
to
third
Floyd
time, I'm pretty
Mayweather.
sure. I'm pretty sure it was a little bit after
It was
that.
a boxing match, wasn't it?
Because he was still... No, he had his child before Floyd. I think.
Because wasn't Floyd... Didn't he retire before he went after Floyd? Was that a thing? Or am I getting timeline confused?
Yeah, and then he came back to... and then that's when he
To
went
boxing.
Well,
And then
boxing.
he made a mockery of himself, and oh my god.
Yeah, that was pretty awful.
Stamina's not the man's strong point. It's the first round or nothing.
Can I just say something? We've bought 2 fights at my house, both for Conor McGregor. And Dugan, do you just want to let
I
them
remember
know
the first one, actually.
which 2 fights of Conor McGregor we bought and watched at my house?
The shortest ones.
was
They've been amazing.
Jose Aldo.
Yeah. Jose
Yeah,
Aldo
I can get it up on my Instagram, right?
Oh,
Let's
God.
see if my mic can pick this up. Good luck, Dan.
Pretty sure it can.
3, 2, 1. Come on. That's just pure joy. That is just pure joy. That is a boy who's supporting his man. Okay, let's go, McGregor. Let's go.
Okay, boys.
You okay there, bud?
But that's like essentially, I feel like, and I think you'll find a lot of other fighters are going to start retiring. Like, what is it? Amanda Nunes. I think it was Amanda Nunes. Just had her big fight,
Which was amazing. Did you hear his speech after as well?
I didn't watch it.
Was the girls' fight? Like, was it last week?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She got a huge payout. It was like £450,000, and the
fire.
fight bonus was $100,000 as well.
She's on fire.
She's insane.
She's the top in the women's at the moment.
Yeah,
A guy put a bet on her, £800,000. It was over $1 million, like 1.7 million Australian, whatever, and it was insane payout. It was just I can't imagine.
So she's basically the goat of the.
She's
literally.
out of the women's league.
Literally.
I think she's not. Is she featherweight?
She's featherweight, yes.
Amanda Nunes.
But yeah, she was insane. Just like there were so many knockouts. I couldn't believe them.
Well, in
Just
the
go, bow,
coming up.
bow. Insane.
It is
Yeah,
funny.
It was.
But I
mad.
think you'll find like you'll see a couple other people retiring or at least stepping away for a bit. Just because
of this period.
Just because of this period, yeah. Because people are like, they're still fighting, and Dana White still wants to keep the UFC going.
Yeah.
But it's very hard when you've got a sport where you're literally like cutting each other open and bleeding over the top of each other and like sweating on top of each other to try and keep it COVID safe.
Well,
Like it's funny.
Could they
you
do
go-
it like this? Okay, it takes roughly about a day to get your test results back. They get them tested while
They
they're
do.
weight cutting.
They do. They get that's.
Is that what's happening?
Yes.
Well, it's fine.
They test it, yeah, but it's like anything can happen between periods, and like it's not a given method. It still can be contracted and passed. That's the whole idea. So it's like they're wearing face masks to the weigh-in, but then they're going to fight and sweat and bleed over the top of each other. Like it's a big mess where they're doing all that they can, so it's fair enough, but it's still not safe.
Yeah, but that's just brutal UFC / any fighting sport ever.
Exactly. So it's like,
not?
if you're going to do it, you either do it 100% or not at all. Wait and bring it back fully.
I just can't believe.
Great.
I just can't believe fans for like NRL and stuff is going back. When will like concerts and stuff be coming back? Because I reckon
that's
everything.
Hard to say.
I think concerts are a bit different.
I don't understand. Well, to what degree?
Was it New Zealand that were almost going to drop social distancing laws until the riots, which they have?
They're done. I'm pretty sure they're out of lockdown. All their restrictions are up. I'm pretty sure.
Well, are you sure?
Well, the last one would be social distancing. That seriously
today,
would be the last one.
I think something changed today.
Well, I just know that
venues. I read it coming back sometime.
It's all going to be like July.
That's huge.
July.
That's huge.
But there's gonna be a lot of restrictions on it. Basically, like even the footy, they're not going to get more than like I think it was like 10,000, 15,000. They're going to try and like limit. Like say there'll be a spot between every person. But I think with like being at the footy, I think it's a bit different to being at like a concert. You know, you're not sweating. You're not right next to people like all together.
Yeah.
So whereas footy, you're sitting down, spot between each other. You can get away with it.
I think this is going to be the perfect hype up for the ultimate clash of bands at Caringbah sometime in September. I believe it's September, where the mighty band Southbound introduces also Verum at the Caringbah, what's it called? Inn? I don't know.
Hotel. I'm pretty sure it's called the Caringbah Hotel.
Whatever. Be there or be square, okay? People turn up in numbers, buy the tickets online on Facebook for Verum. They are going at how much?
It's like 15. It's $15. They're going at $15.
They're going at $15. People snap them up, boys, okay? Worldwide. We need this sold out.
Thanks for listening. Please remember to leave a positive rating wherever you're listening from, and to follow our socials at Slalt Cast on Twitter and Instagram.